Hi everybody, I'm Content and today I want to be talking about Eminem's Revival. Let's check it out. Hey guys, I'm Content. If you're new here or new to the channel, I've got a vlog series called Becoming a Rapper, which is documenting everything from beginning of and up till, and then from afterwards I start releasing my music. So if you're new here, consider subscribing and checking it out. But today I want to have a little chat about Eminem's Revival. Now, I'm going to put review in the title, but this isn't going to be so much of a review. Is it just me having a bit of a yap about the album? Okay, so if that's what you're expecting, you can choose what to do with that, because this isn't a review page. I am a rapper myself, so this is just me talking about my feelings on it. I've had a couple takes at trying to do it in a more of a structured review type video, but that just ain't working because it ain't me, it ain't what I do. So I'm just going to be me. I'm going to have a little yap about things that I like, things that piss me off. So we're going to get into it. Now, I ain't going to go through the track listing. I'm just going to kind of nip and pick. A lot of it's going to be about the mentality of the album. Now, I wanted to put this review out a little bit sooner, but I can't decide if it's good or bad that it's took me a bit longer, because at the same time I'm happy I'm not going to be in amongst a lot of these fucking ass hats. So yeah, to say it from a base point, I love it. I've always loved every one of his albums. They're all different in their own respect, yet they all keep in touch with how they should be, in my own opinion. I grew up loving Eminem, and then when I started writing rap myself, and I could kind of break down his lyrics, I fell in love with it even more. Revival was, I mean, I did have a little bit of a lower expectation for it because of the views it got on its week when it first came out. But I mean, some of the reviews I saw, I only skipped through a few, but every one I did see just pissed me off. It's just fucking. I found the one review and he was bitching about like the silly things Em would say, and saying he was too old and he needed to grow up and all this kind of shit. It's like, who the fuck are you? Jesus Christ, it's Eminem, for fuck's sake. It's just not even Eminem, it's a person. Like, we know what his music's like. He's got enough fucking albums previous to know. So we know that he likes to be silly. He's quite. If you've watched any of the rare fucking interviews that you get of M, he talks about how he likes his comic books and stuff like that. And he's always fucking come. There's always been a song on his album that has got lyrics in somewhere about raping someone or doing something fucking filthy to a woman with something fucking inappropriate or stupid. So when you're bitching on him being that then contradicts the other critiques that are saying that they want the old M back. First track, I will touch on the odd track. Walk on Water, I love in the fact that that pretty much kicks the ass of any critique he could get, because in that track he even talks about how if he's trying to write for the fans that want old M and he does something like that, they then want something new. They do something that the new fans want, they want something old. And basically he's saying, I think there's even a lyric in there that's saying, if your goal was to strip me of my confidence, then mission accomplished. He's even saying in the first song on the fucking album, the first song that was released, saying, look, I've done my fucking best, but I know I ain't going to please everyone. And then people have still come out fucking bashing him. So, fuck's sake. Personally, my view on it, there's songs on here like Believe, Untouchable, Chloroseptic, Framed, Offended. They're just kick-ass fucking rap songs. I mean, Framed, I love the quirkiness of that one. Forget that I was framed. Fucking. They're just kind of happy rap songs. The other ones, kind of like Need Me and Bad Husbands, the ones where he kind of touches on his relationship with Kim. Again, people that critique him for still talking about his relationship, saying, oh, it's been this many years, get over it. Are these people just fucking thick? They do my head in. Honestly. It's Eminem, yes. And look, if you think I'm a stan, you can fuck off and all, because I'm just talking sense, alright? He's a person as well. Now, I know people in the 30s, 40s, 50s, fucking 60s. I know people. And if anyone's ever had a hard breakup or a big relationship in the past that hasn't worked out, that affects you. For fuck's sake, it's a big part of relationships are a big part of people's lives. So, how old's Em? What, like mid to late 40s now? Any normal person that didn't have his fame, that went through that situation, would still be affected by that, especially because it's the mother of his kids. So he still has to deal with her from, I'm guessing he still has to see her between kids and whatnot. I don't understand how people can critique him for that, because early on he talked about Kim in a very hatred and angry way, because that's what it was at the time. He was younger, it was fresh. This is what it's like when people have relationships that break up. At the start, it's very, fuck you, you're a bitch, you fucked my life over. Give it 10, 15 fucking years, you're older, you've lived through more of life, and sure enough, these songs on this album are more like a retrospective look on what he did then, and he said he'd have done things different, and how he feels that they're not bad people, just maybe bad for each other, because that's what happens in life with relationships. So again, how can you critique him for that when he's just rapping about life? It's just fucking idiocy. What else we fucking got? By the way, Bad Husband and Need Me, I love them. Need Me, with Pink's vocal on there. I am a Pink fan, and that's just a beautiful fucking song. Castle and a Rose I'll touch on, because they kind of go into the overdose that he had, and I really like those two are basically one song, and I really it's clever as fuck, because I mean it's M. With Castle, he starts going into this specific bit where he flips it back to, but he starts talking about the lead up and him taking his pills and etc. And then he really goes into depth and detail within the song, picturing him in the bed, the children around him, what the doctors are saying around him, how he's starting to lose consciousness and basically dying, and the kids wrapped around his neck hugging him because they don't want him to go, and him saying he's sorry, you know, they're going to be there for him to open his presents and everything. And then that goes into A Rose, which is the next song, and then he re-raps a bit from the start of Castle, but it's the bit where it's before he goes into the hospital, and then says I'm going to rewind this shit. So it's like a tape playing backwards, and then it goes back into that. But then he re-raps that first bit from within Castle, but then instead of going into him obviously having the overdose and going into the hospital, he doesn't. He leads it from a different way, which is obviously now how he's leading his life. And again, this is all done with nailing the fucking flow and the production and the fucking rhyme schemes, and I really think I don't know if it's like a younger viewership or whatnot, but the skill behind him of how he does stuff. Anyone watching this that's not quite a big rap fan that somehow managed to find this video, sit down tonight, whether it's with your notes on your phone or a pen and pad. You've probably got a thought in your head at the minute, like when you do it, whether it's about a personal relationship, a working relationship, a film you've just watched, any particular thought you have at that moment, write it down. Just write down what you're thinking and write it normally. And then try and write those thoughts down rhyming. Right? And not, today I was feeling very depressed because this happened and she pissed me off, so I ended up stressed. No. Try and rhyme it as much as you can. Yeah? Try and create different rhymes in between. So rhyme the start words and rhyme the middle words and rhyme the end words. And then try and fit in a simile or a metaphor or a backwards meaning. And then maybe after you've tried writing 2 sentences like that, you'll have a little bit more respect for rappers in general, and especially Eminem. Because if you can listen, and because that's kind of one of the great things about Em, is that he's so good at what he does. Half the time you don't notice how much he's rhyming and how much the effort goes into it, because he's wrote it that well and the rhymes and the flow that well, that it just kind of goes. It's just like someone talking as fluently as me. You wouldn't think I'm rapping or rhyming, so well, I'm not at the minute, but he does it that well that you don't notice as much, because it just goes. I mean, even some of his older ones that are more commercial success, that you think, they were wrote for the radio, you listen to him and he still rhymes a fuckload on them. He really does. Again, if anyone's watching this and getting pissed off going, he's a fucking stan, he is, you can suck a dick, because I don't fucking care. Because I don't... It's because anyone that comes along with a critique of them, it's always fucking daft crap. If anyone's got a general opinion, if someone comes up to me and says, I don't like Eminem, and I say why, and then they say, just don't like it, fine, fair enough. I'm not out to say that everyone should love him. What I'm saying is, if you're an Eminem fan and you don't like it, I don't know what's wrong with you. But even then, I'm not out to push things on people. It just generally fucking confuses me, because kicked fucking ass with this thing. What else can we go into? I really like to believe. Like, that's... If I'm going to give you anything to make you realise I'm not just bloody sucking off shady dick here, even though I've got a t-shirt on, I wasn't really feeling like home. That's mainly because I don't... In my own country, I'm from the UK, if you can't tell from me not having a US accent or anything, I don't follow our own kind of political things, who our Prime Minister is. I mean, I generally know who the Prime Minister is, but I could give a fuck how they got there, because in my opinion, to get... Okay, we're not going to get in sidetracking. Point is, I don't know about our own, so I really don't know about other countries. So in Like Home, he goes into about Trump and whatnot. So I can listen to it and enjoy the song in a general kind of sense, but it doesn't resonate with me as well as most of the rest of the album, because I've got no feelings towards politics in any country. But other than that, tragic endings are loved. Framed was just funny as fuck. Nowhere Fast is a really nice one as well. Offended's just fucking cool. So yeah, I mean, we're going to keep this short. I ain't going to go on. I mean, we're just gone over 10 minutes. Like I say, it's not a proper review. It's just me saying most people are dicks that don't like the album. I might try and do some better reviews in future for other stuff. But for the minute, I love it. He's on point, man, for fuck's sake. The way he rhymes, his delivery, the recording of all the song, it's just... There's not one point where I can really find where he's fallen off in any way. Not at all. I think he's killed it. And I think he fucking deserves some credit for it. Which is funny, because like I say, now it's been a few weeks since it's come out. It has been revealed that, you know, it's actually sold quite well. It's just some of the initial reviews in the first couple of weeks were just fucking dumbasses. So yeah, there's my little ramble about the Eminem album that I love. If you haven't listened to it, get out from your rock, listen to it. And if you have listened to it and you don't like it, fine, whatever. You carry on listening to what you do like. But in the meantime, I'm content. As I said, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Check out my content. And as always, if you're new here or not, you will be seeing me.